So a Gantt chart is a calendar of events, is a calendar of events that shows resources, which in these cases, and gentlemen, in most cases will be the manpower, the human resources that shows the resources needed by each activity of a project network, by each activity of a project network, by each activity of a project network. Are you able to see my board? 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 Yes, thank you very much. So by each activity of a project network. So the key thing is a Gantt chart, which is a terminology that is highly used in situations where, highly used in project management world, a Gantt chart. A Gantt chart is a calendar. A calendar means whatever, there must be time element. A calendar means at the end of the day, a calendar means at the end of the day, there must be durations, like you'll be telling us, between week number 1 and week number 3. We have these activities, and these activities here, we need like 10 workers to execute them. We need like 10 workers to execute them. Right. Okay. Yes. So here we are. I hope now it's a little bit better. I hope it's a little bit better. So I would want us to write these activities down. So we have activity, illustration, activity. We have activity A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. We have those activities, right? And then they have given us here the predecessors. They have given us the predecessors. We have dash, dash, dash. D is C. E is BD. F is AE. G is AE again. We have H, which is BD. And then I is F, like that. So we have the predecessors like that. And then, ladies and gentlemen, they have given us time. They have given us here 3 days. Here they have given us 3 days again. Here they have given us 1, 2 days, 4 days, 2 days, 2 days. Great. And then they have given us here manpower. They have given us here manpower. The manpower needed, personnel, number of people. They have given us the manpower, the personnel needed to be able, ladies and gentlemen, to execute this. So manpower, they have given us here 4 workers, 5 workers, 2 workers, 7 workers, 4, 2, 3, 1, and 5 workers, like that. 5 workers. So we are required to do something very simple. We are required to do something very simple. We are required to do something very simple. What are we required to do? Remember, this is 2. What are we required to do? Number 1, we are required to draw a project network. Draw a project network. A project network. They want us to draw a project network. That is number 1. Number 2, ascertain project duration. And then number 3, they want us to draw a Gantt chart. Draw a Gantt chart. To draw a Gantt chart. So they want us to draw a project network to ascertain the project duration, and then we draw what here, somebody? We draw a Gantt chart. We draw a Gantt A Gantt chart. We draw a Gantt chart. We draw a Gantt chart. We draw a Gantt chart. Unaweza uwezi? Unaweza ama uwezi? Unaweza ama uwezi? Nani anaweza? Nani anaweza? So hakuna kitu rahisi kuchora dunia kama project network. Ikikushinda kuchora, especially after umeshafunzwa, uko na shida. Project network ni kitu tu ya utoto namna hii. Hata itakangi very serious people. Project network hata itakangi mtu very serious. Project network ni kitu ya utoto namna hii. Acha nikuonyesha sasa hivi. Ni kitu ya utoto namna hii. Utoi namna hii. Haitaki very serious thinkers. Haitaki very serious thinkers. So what have they told us? First of all, you have to understand that to precede is to come first. To precede is to come what year? Is to come much earlier. Is to come, in this case here, much earlier. Like now, ladies and gentlemen, who preceded Mwai Kibaki as a president of Kenya? Who preceded Mwai Kibaki as a president of Kenya? Who preceded Mwai Kibaki? You can see now most of them don't want to talk to me. They don't want to talk to me. Most of them don't want to talk to me. Most of them don't want to talk to me. Most of them don't want to talk to me. Most of them don't want to talk to me. It's more, isn't it? Precede means come earlier, come first, come first, come first, come first, come first. Succeeding ninakuja baadaye. So kama hapa predecessor woye, katikati ya A, B na C hakuna predecessor. Unaona, A, B na C hizo hakuna predecessor. Zinatoka from project start node. So kwa hapa nitakuwa na activity A, B and C. So these are activities A, B and C. Hazina predecessors. Hakuna other activities zinakuja mbele. After that, what are they telling us? It's D. After A, B, C, it's D. What are they telling us? That D is preceded by C, meaning that C, first of all, must be completed for us to start dog. So in short, dog is succeeding C. Dog is coming after C. So after C, hapa unachora dog after C. After that, ladies and gentlemen, tuko na E. E is dependent on 2 activities. We have E, which is dependent on boy and a dog. So what do you think in this case here should we do for this boy and a dog to end together? I would want boy and a dog to end together. For us to be able to have activity E. Activity A comes after boy and a dog. So, and I would want boy and a dog to end before before we start egg. So the question is, what do you think are we gonna do to have boy and a dog ending together? Because as per this, they must be completed together for us to have egg. So what do we do, somebody? Extend B to D. Thank you very much. James tells me, Mwalimu, this is the ending of B, and this is the ending of dog. And I would want, in this case here, to merge the two. Would want to merge the two endings here. So we need to ask ourselves whether this boy and the dog will end directly, we join them, or do we have them ending fictitiously, or do we have them ending through usage of a dummy? Are we going to use a dummy here, or they will end directly? Namna hiyo, do we make use of a dummy? I must end directly. Pata potea, pata potea. No dummy needed. No dummy needed. I like that. No dummy needed. Ladies and gentlemen, remember we introduced dummies for two reasons. And one of those reasons that I would want you to understand here from the word go, we bring in the issue of a dummy, ladies and gentlemen, whenever you want to avoid parallelism. Nimejaribu ile mali natoka kusema hizo ma R na L at the same time. Nimejaribu sana. Unaona? Like these two activities, A and B, will be said to be parallel. A and B, the way they are, they will be said to be parallel. Why? Because, ladies and gentlemen, we have a situation where A and B are starting from the same node and at the same time ending on the same node. So their starts are the same and they're ending on the same node. So they are parallel activities. That one we do not like. Listen and listen to me very well. Activities can share the same end, provided their starts are different. So if their starts are different, for example, A, B, and then now we have A and a B, you can see now that these two activities have what here? Different start points. If they have different start points, then they can end together without usage of a dummy. The same case with this. So B and D, I would want both of them to end together. So what I'll do, I can either drop this here or I can come and grab this, take this there, this dog. So that now the two, you can see in this case, there is nothing like parallel here. The two are ending there together nicely, B and the dog. Now, after B and the dog have ended together, then now we have E for egg. Now, E can come very comfortably out of this. That is E for egg. So E comes after B, D. How about F? F, ladies and gentlemen, F, I'm so sure you guys will not be able to help me. I'm so sure F, you guys will not be able to help me. I'm so sure F, you guys will not be able to help me. So F comes after who? 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 Pata potea. Pata potea. F comes after A. I don't know whether they are clear. F comes after AE. F comes after AE. So I would want A and the E to end together. So when I want two activities to end together, I need to ask myself whether they should end together directly or indirectly. Indirectly means dummy, usage of a dummy. So I would want A and the E to end together. The question is, are they going to end directly or indirectly? AE. Should they end directly or indirectly? Please talk to me this evening. Talk to me this evening. Talk to me this evening. Talk to me this. Gertrude says no dummy. So meaning that A and E, because they are having different start points, they can be joined together. Their ends can be the same. So I can come and extend perhaps this A a little bit like that. And then I can have E ending being extended there. So E ends there like that. After the two have ended together, now I can comfortably come here and pull the activity that depends on A and E. A and E, we can see F is the one that depends on both. And then I can see G also depends on A and E. So I have G here, I have G there, G depending on A and E. Very good, very good. After that, ladies and gentlemen, the next one here is H. I'm so sure, so not very many students will be able to see. what I'll do with the H. H, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think of H? H, they have told us that the H comes after who? After BD. H comes after BD. Is there anybody who is able to see B and D activities somewhere ending together? Is there anybody who is able to see B and D activities ending together? Anybody who is able to see B and D activities? Gertrude says yes. How about Kiama? My friend Kiama, are you able to see where B and D? I'm so sure Kiama also, this could be your new, or rather this could be your very first session, right? But as I normally tell you guys, you need to fight like a buffalo soldier. Buffalo soldiers are never scared. They'll simply come and land onto a war zone, and then they start fighting there and then. As they just disembark from their lorries, anashuka na gani yake go on, anaendelea kushoot. Ndio buffalo soldier. So unakuja umetukuta wapi? Network analysis. Nimeangalia video network, unaenda hivyo, alafu tunatumia LIFO. You go now backwards. After all, after mwalimu amemaliza syllabus, of which nitamaliza syllabus yangu haraka sana, mkiendelea kunisaidia. Syllabus yangu I'm so sure nitamaliza haraka sana. Nitarudi tena afresh. Tuanze revision. I want to mount a very strong revision program from 1st of August. But that can only be achievable if you guys continue supporting me the way you have been supporting me. For example, after this, I'm going into game theory and decision theory generally. Right? So I'll send you all the videos of games, all the videos of what you're doing. So I expect you to watch very fast, and if possible, before our tomorrow's class. They're not long videos, those are very short videos. So given that direction, I'm so sure we'll be able to do what here to finish the syllabus very early. So we have here H. H comes after boy, dog. Boy, dog, and do you have Pam? So we have a H like that. Thank you very much. After H, next we have got I, which comes after who? After F. I comes after F. I comes after who? Comes after F like that. Great. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've been able to finish drawing of my network. Yes, it's complete. But trust you me, ladies and gentlemen, if you are to take this to an examiner to mark, do you think in this case here the examiner will give you all the marks? Do you deserve to get all the marks for drawing here? Thank you very much, Gertrude. What do you think in this case here, Neddy, is my problem? What do you think is my problem? It's because I have hanging activities, yes. In the professional language, we call them dangling. Dangling ni kama zile unatembea town na una form, unapita Moi Avenue, Kenyatta Avenue, inaitwa dangling. So kama hizi activities hazina form, unaona hii hanging, H, I ni hanging. Then you have got G ni hanging like that. So then if that is the case, what am I supposed to do to all hanging activities? What am I supposed to do to all hanging activities? I should create one node. Which I'll call project completion node. And this project completion node, ladies and gentlemen, I should be able to have all the hanging activities going there. Haya, abracadabra. Which node in this case here do you think should we call our project end node? Mimi najua sana. My project end node, oye, pata potea. Kumbuka katika network analysis, ladies and gentlemen, hakuna kitu ambayo imekuwa cast on stone. Nikiwacha G kaya hapa, nikisema hii I ndio end node, nikiwacha G kaya hapa, itabidi nichore, sababu hii sako inanizuia, itabidi nichore kitu inakaa hivi. Na hanging activities, or rather, not hanging, but loop. Unajua kuna siku moja mwanafunzi aliniambia, sasa tumemwambia at G and D must end together. Huyu mwanafunzi siku moja tumwambia, for example, G and D must end together. Yeye alifanya nini? Alikuja akachora hivi hivyo. Ati sasa D na G looping haikubaliki katika project network. Inaitwa looping. All our arrows are supposed to be what? Straight. All our arrows are supposed to be straight. So ladies and gentlemen, if I'm the one doing this question, of course there is no harm naweza kuja ujaribu kufixi, lakini naturally kama hii ndio G yako, hakuna kitu kuzuia G kuja ikae hapa, itoke hapa. Si bado natoka kwa A na E. Ukuje utoe hapa kistarehe. Unaona? Uipeleke mahali kama pale. Uite G, you rub. So kisha rub now, because these hanging activities, there are 3, and now this happens to be the center one. This one here happens to be the center one. What we'll do is to have all the other hanging activities converging here. Kwa hivyo nitakuja hapa oye, nipeleke I pale. Hii nivute, nayo hii H nikuje niitandike vizuri tu paka pale. Nivute hii H ya kitambo namna hiyo. And now that marks the end of my what here? The end of that marks the end of that marks the end of my project network. Hakuna shida, bado ungewacha ile G juu, lakini haingekuwa shape poa. Ngoja tukubaliki kufanya nini somebody, hiyo kubend. So kitu mzuri ukiona unakuja unateremsha namna hiyo. Like that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, having done that, I would want you guys to do me a favor. Please do me a favor. Please do me a favor. Please do me a favor. Nipatieni durations of A. Mimi nimevuta yangu. Duration ya A ni ngapi? Usikasome column ya manpower. Nipatie duration ya A. The time. Duration ya A ilikuwa ngapi? Duration ya A ilikuwa ngapi? Duration ya A ilikuwa ngapi? Anasema 3, 3. Ndio ananiambia 3. How about duration ya boy? How about duration ya boy? Duration ya boy? Duration ya boy? Akiamoniambi oye. Duration ya boy akiamoniambi. Duration ya boy. Duration ya boy akiamoniambi. B. A nimeshaandika 3. Boy pia kiama ananiambia ni 3, Boy ananiambia boy ni 3. How about cow? Cow. Duration ya cow. Cow ndio nasema ni 1. Duration ya dog. Duration ya dog. Dog pia ni 1. Jonathan anasema ni 1. Duration ya egg. Duration ya egg. Duration ya egg. Duration ya egg. 1. Hiyo tunasema ni 1 pia. Duration ya F. Duration ya F Gertrude anasema ni 2. FGHG. G James anasema G ni 4. H. Remember, for you to be able to survive very well in this subject, when you are Zooming, when you are doing your classes through Zoom, you need to keep on giving us answers. You need to keep on talking to us. Whether you talk to us in a bad way, in a false way, you're giving us wrong information, no problem. People will be able to discuss and tell you where you're getting it wrong. So, ladies and gentlemen, H, is there anybody who is able to see the duration of H? Duration of H, is it not 2? Duration of H, duration of H, duration of H. Oh, H is 7, I'm not sure. H. No, let's work with the 2. See, this is a figure here. Supposed to be 2. My handwriting is the worst. In this world, my handwriting is the worst. But fortunately, I read somewhere where they were saying that very bright people have very poor handwritings. So H is 2. I lastly, I is 2, like that. Thank you very much, Adam. Very happy whenever I see a new student talking, Thank you. H. Is H supposed to be 1 or 2? H. Is H supposed to be 1 or 2? H is supposed to be 2. It's still here. H is supposed to be 2. Thank you very much. 2. Now, abracadabra. Now we start, ladies and gentlemen, filling. Let's show the arrows, by the way. Let's show the arrows. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to do me a favor. I want us to start filling the earliest event times here. I want us to fill the earliest event times here. Tunaanzanga na 0. Kumbuka earliest event times tunaona tuki-add. So ki-add kama hapa earliest event time, hiyo ni noma. Tukuje kwanza hapa. Unaona hii? Tukuje hapa kwanza. So tunasema 0 plus 1. So 0 plus 1 gives me what figure? Somebody gives me 1. Now come here. How many arrows are you able to see, ladies and gentlemen, converging into this node? How many arrows are coming into this node. How many of them? Patapotea, patapotea. How many arrows are coming into this? Perhaps you guys are not able to see very well. How many? Rita tells me 2. 2 arrows. Jonathan, thank you very much. 2 arrows. Sababu ameona arrow B na arrow D. No problem. So what I'll do, first of all, I'll say arrow B will give me how much? 0 plus 3. 0 plus 3. Arrow B will give me a total average, or rather total earliest finishing time of 3. How about arrow dog? Arrow dog will be 1 plus 1, which gives me 2. Remember, in the forward pass, whenever you have got many arrows getting into a particular node, in the forward pass, which one should prevail? The lower or the higher? Which one should prevail? The lower or the higher? The lower or the higher? Always, katika forward pass, kama ni football, ambao mnajua football, forward pass hapana piga mpira kidogo kidogo. Forward pass always ni mbele. Unapiga mpira kabisa. Right? Hata kama ni goalkeeper wa pande, ukiambiwa piga mpira mbele, piga mpira mbele kabisa. So higher always. 3. Now, if you're following, ladies and gentlemen, I would want somebody to use the same logic and give me the figure that I should write here. Somebody give me the figure that I should write here. Somebody give me the figure that I should write here. Somebody. Using the same logic, because I can see there are 2 arrows going there. Can somebody give me the figure to write here? Rita tells me 4, Jonathan 4, Ada 4. Those are only 3 students, really. Mary 4, thank you very much, Mary. Kiama, thank you very much. Kiama has decided to jump into the deep end of the swimming pool. Becky also tells me 4, yes, because if you look at this particular node, there are 2 possibilities. So we have A, which is 0 plus 3, that gives me 3. And then we have E, which is 3 plus 1, which gives me what figure? Somebody there, 4. So it's forward pass, so straight away the higher. Now here we are. Are we gonna make any comparisons really here? No comparisons whatsoever. So we have there 4 plus 2. That gives me some, thank you, 6. Now there is one here that I'm so sure nobody in this classroom will be able to get correct. If you get this correct, I should be able to give you a present. If you get this correct, I should be able to give you a present. I should be able to give you a present. This one, nobody will get it correct. We can bet. Esther says Mwalimu 8, Sam says 8, and I knew all of them would be very wrong. Very wrong, 8. Now, all these students who are saying 8, 8, 8, 8, and they're in agreement with betting, how much should we place on the table as a bet? How much should we place on the table as a bet? I show you where you are wrong. How much? How much should you place on the table? And then I show you where your mistake is. It's a bet, remember, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. When you don't get, if you don't get 8, I take the 3,000. If it is going to be 8, you take the 3,000. So how much bet are they placing on the table? It's not 8. Very good. Nyote mmeanguka mtihani. Sasa angalieni hapa. I will be 6 plus 2, which is 8. G will be 4 plus 4, which is what here, somebody? 8. And then we have H, which will be 3 plus 2, which gives me what here, somebody? 3 plus 2, that gives me 5. So of course here the figure to prevail there will be what here? Will be 8. The figure to prevail there will be 8. The figure to prevail there will be 8. The figure to prevail there will be 8. Great. So come and put this 8 here, and then now you move backward. Now we are moving backward. So backwards, 8 minus 2 gives me what figure? Somebody, 8 minus 2? 8 minus 2 will give me what figure? 8 minus 2 will give me what figure? 8 minus 2 will give me what figure? Now here, if you're not careful, the Gantt chart cannot apply. Listen and listen to me very well. It's a question that I try to fix often. The Gantt chart will not, ladies and gentlemen, the Gantt chart will not agree. When you have got many CPAs, we need only one CPA. Critical path activity, the critical path has to be 1. So for us to be able to get one critical path, if you don't mind, to avoid problems in the future, please allow mwalimu to change this. Instead of 4, equal 5, pole sana. Wacha equal 5 jameni. Enda mahali hapa kwa G, hata kuna kasirika kwa G, tafadhali kwa G, make sure that G is what here somebody is 5. Because if we proceed like this, we are going to have 2 critical paths. Na Gantt haitakubali. Gantt hatakubali critical path mingi. Gantt tunafanya kazi kama critical path ni moja. Utajua kwa nini nakwambia hivyo. Aya. Kwa hivyo kama umeweka hiyo, sasa umepoteza hesabu, beti yako imeungua. Beti imeungua. Turudi hapa. Hapa sana nafaa niweke nini somebody? Oh, umesema it's 1 CPA. Ngoja. Sababu hapa itakuwa 4, right? Ukienda hivi ita agree 4 plus itakuwa 2 wewe. Mimi nimeshaona kwa mbali sana. Tuweke hapa 5. Ndio hapa ikuwe 9. Hapa uyo dunge 9 very fast. Ukishadunga 9 very fast, so tukuje hapa 9 minus 2 gives me what somebody there? 7. Ukija hapa abracadabra, ukija hapa abracadabra, what is going to happen here? Nikija hapa kuna arrow mbili zinaenda nyuma. Arrows mbili zinaenda backwards leading us to this node, not a problem. So the first one will be 7 minus 2. Imekata tena. 7 minus 2 ni ngapi somebody? 7 minus 2 ni 5. Right? 5. And then we have here 9 minus 5. 9 minus 5 gives me what figure somebody? This gives me, this is beautiful. So ladies and gentlemen, between the 2, 5 and the 4 in the backward pass footballers, do we hit it? Do we hit it very hard? Are we going to pick the higher or the lower? Backward pass, we normally pick which one here somebody? The lower. So in this case here, the one that will prevail here is 4. And I'm moving still backwards. If you move backwards to this, how many arrows will take you back? How many roads will take you back to this? 2 of them. We have E and we have H. So E backwards, I'm subtracting. 4 minus 1 gives me 3. And then 9 minus 2 gives me 7. And then automatically, then this is interesting because at the end of the day, I'll pick the lower, which is 3. Coming backward, only one road moving me to this. It is only D. 3 minus 1 gives me 2. Come back to this. These are tricky one. These one, ladies and gentlemen, we have got how many arrows moving us back? 3 of them. So 4 minus 3 gives me 1. We have here 3 minus 3 giving me 0. We have 2 minus 1 giving me what somebody there? Giving me 1. So between the 3, of course, it is about lower. So come and put somebody there, 0. Put 0 there. After you put 0 there, now, of course, you will be able to jump up a little bit in an exam and say, hooray! Because at least I've been able to reconcile us in. I have 0, 0 here. And then lastly, I've got the same. Now, after that, ladies and gentlemen, I know that my next thing will be to identify critical activities. So before I identify critical activities, the very new students, I don't know whether they have been able to follow how we got these durations. The new students, if I could just get one of them speaking to me, have they gotten some, of course, not at understanding everything, but have they seen some light at the end of the tunnel, however small light, however small, at least someone has said yes, however small, perfect. Yes. Thank you very much. Even Nedi has gone ahead to identify the critical wanafunzi wageni. Critical activities, no matter. Critical activities are those activities that cannot be done that cannot be delayed. Those activities that are so special to us. Those activities that can't be, that's how you define it in an exam, that can't be delayed. If you try delaying them, automatically you will delay the project's completion time. If you delay them, then the entire project will be delayed. If you delay them, then the entire project will be delayed. So the question is, how will you be able to identify those critical activities? How will you be able to identify those critical activities? How will you be able to identify those critical activities? New student, thank you very much. You'll be able to catch up, don't worry. So critical activities ukiangalia vizuri, pata potea, critical activities ukiangalia vizuri. Unaweza ukasema kama 0044. Ukasema 00 because there must be that matching concept. 0, 0 at the tail, 4, 4. That is a potential critical activity. But now remember the sufficiency condition. It's what we call sufficiency condition, where you take the head time minus the tail time. Like now for B, for A, I mean, the head is 4, the tail is 0. When you take that difference will give me 4. That difference will give me 4. And then I'll come and compare this with the duration. The duration of A is 3. Ladies and gentlemen, the two are not the same. Therefore, A cannot be critical. Criticality always get, in this case here, listen, ladies and gentlemen, listen. Like boy, 0, 0, 3, 3. That's the first condition. Matching, tail, head. And then when I take 3 minus 0, 3 minus 0, 3 minus 0, the difference there is 3. How about the duration of B? The duration of B again is 3. You can see the duration is 3 there. So because the two are matching, so I need to come and now mark B as a critical activity like that. And now using the same concept, then H is critical. Is there anybody who is able to see that H is critical? Is there anybody who is able to see that H is critical? Is there anybody who is able to see that H is critical? H. I've seen it from far using my insight, eye. The crystal ball. Gertrude says it's not critical. Why is it not critical then? Could you kindly help me? Sharon, tell me, why are you saying that the H is critical and yet I can see 3, 3 and 9, 9? I can see that coincidence. Why is it not critical? 9 minus 3 is 6. Duration is different, yes. Because if you take 9 minus 3, the difference here is 6. And then when you take, ladies and gentlemen, the duration of H is 2. So in this case here, the H is not critical. But E, somebody tells me that E is critical. Can I test F for criticality? 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 Why can't I test it for criticality? Why? Why can't I test it? Why can't I test it for criticality? What is its problem? What is its problem? 6, 7. Thank you very much, Gertrude. Don't hapa. 6 hizi imekuwa tofauti. Kwa hivyo kumaanisha hapa G is what here somebody? G must be critical. G must be critical. So it means, ladies and gentlemen, straight away that you guys are giving me something very nice. I like what you guys are giving me. I like what you guys are saying this evening. What you guys are saying this evening, ladies and gentlemen, is that the project duration equals 9. The project duration equals 9. And then the certified public accountant is BEG. Don't take my word seriously. This CPA does not stand for certified public accountant. What does it stand for? CPA. What does it stand for? CPA. What does it stand for? Somebody. CPA stands for who? CPA stands for who? CPA stands for critical path activities. There are 3 of them, B, E, G, and you must mark them like that. After that, ladies and gentlemen, I would want you to come straight away. I would want you to come straight away here. And draw now our Gantt chart. We go to the last step where you draw a Gantt chart. My space may not be enough. Let's try to see what to do here. I'll try to see what to do here. So the first thing that is supposed to do, ladies and gentlemen, is to come here and mark your activities. Here we always have what we call activities. And here we have what we call the duration. So remember, we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Those are our activities. I. And then if you remember very well, we have the three which are critical activities. We have boy is critical. We have egg is critical. We have God, G is critical. And then all the others are not critical. So you start like now the way they are here. The way they are here, you start here with I. We have H, skip all critical, H, skip critical, F. We have dog, we have C, and then we have got A. And then all CPAs will be drawn on the very top line. All CPAs will be drawn on the very top line, very top line. So we have the durations 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 of them. So we have 0 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So please let me know once you finish drawing this general structure. Once you finish drawing the general structure, please tell me, I have finished. I have finished. I have finished. Once you finish, please let me know. Finished. Finished. It's only one student really was finished. Jonathan also says finished. Finished. Done. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now listen and 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 listen like 10 times. Listen. That the Gantt chart is a calendar of activities, a calendar of events that shows resources. This Gantt chart is only based on what we call EET. EET. I'm so sure somebody has never heard of this before. I'm so sure that somebody may not have heard of EET before. Somebody may not have heard of EET before. Is there anybody who has ever heard of EET before? What does it stand for in full? EET stands for what in full? EET stands for what in full? EET stands for what in full? Just try, even if you don't get it right. So what? EET stands for what in full? EET. Because, ladies and gentlemen, here, if you're not careful, this reminds me something very important. This reminds me something very important. When I was doing programming some time back during those good old days, when men were men and women were women. No, Chinua Achebe used to put it very well. When men were men and women were happy, right? Earliest event times, thank you very much. Earliest event times, I was to give you that story, but because you guys have come up with this word very fast, the story disappears. So EET. EET stands for earliest event times. Earliest event times. Earliest event times. Earliest event times. Zile za juju. Zile za juju. Kwa nakumbuka earliest event times ni zile za juju. Hapa tuko na earliest start na hapa tuko na earliest what ya somebody finish. Hapa tuko na earliest start na earliest finish. So tuanza na activity gani? Anza na yoyote ile. Anza na yoyote ile. Unaweza kuanza na I. Hapa I. So I inaanzia wapi paka wapi woye? I inaanzia wapi? Ndio hii hapa. I inaanzia from 6 to 8. I inaanzia from 6 to 8. So nakuja hapa na hata ujaona nimetoa 8 wapi? Haujaona nimetoa 8 wapi? Woye. Hata ujaona nimetoa 8 wapi? Alafu unapochora hizi partitions, watu tunachora partitions mpaka matwine, unaona? Matwine, unachora partition mpaka matwine. Matwine is a German word for heaven. It's a German word for heaven. It's a German word for heaven. Matwine is a German word for what? Yes, somebody? For heaven. For heaven. Nimetoa wapi I? Nimetoa wapi I? Nimetoa wapi I? For I. earliest event time nimesema inaanza 6. Mara naanzianga inakuanga exact. Lakini ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, Getron. To get the earliest finish, to get this earliest finish, tunachukua earliest start plus duration. To get earliest finish of an activity, yes, to get, ladies and gentlemen, earliest finish of an activity, we normally take earliest start plus the duration. Kwa hivyo ukisema hapa 6 plus 2, itakuwa ngapi? Somebody 8. So unakuja kwa Gantt chart yako, unaweka dotted line. Unachora paka matwine, na maanisha ni uko juu kabisa, paka matwine namna hiyo. Ukishachora paka matwine namna hiyo, unakuja unaweka ruler hapa kwa eye yako, ruler. Alafu sasa kutoka hapa 6 na 8, unakuja unaweka nini? Unachora line namna hiyo, juu yake unaandika I. Una mark namna hiyo, unasema I. Aya, tena chora, ukimaliza sema F for finished. Ukisema tu F nita understand. Unaweka ruler hapa. Ukianza kuchora yote ni between the lines. Between the lines. Kama rugby ukiona ile chuma kubwa urusha hapo, umerusha kando. Rusha within chuma kubwa ile. Pata potea. Hatukusema ada. Tulisema useme I am finished. Hapo nataka kuuliza swali ada. Once you finish, you simply say F for finished. F for finished. Okay. Good. Thank you very much. F. Aya, tuende hapa kwa H. Hebu tuone kama kuna mwanafunzi mmoja anaweza kuchora H peke yake. Tuone kama kuna mwanafunzi anaweza kuchora H peke yake. Tuone kama kuna mwanafunzi. No, there is no particular order, Bwana Moses. Moses, no particular order. No particular order. But you see, what I did after I've listed all of them, nikaanza kuchora kutoka chini. But there is no particular order really. But most importantly, Moses, is to appreciate that on top here, we must have a CPA. Getro nasema now from 3. Getro nasema at H inaanza from 3 to 5. How comes it's only 2 students who are able to see that? How comes that it's only 2 students who are able to see that? Sijana wengine kama Collins wakiniongelesha, Becky, Austin Dieto is a big name. Talk to me. Bila wasiwasi, hata ukikosea, so what? It's part of the game. It's part of learning. It's about H. Of course, I like what the students are telling me, that this has to be 3, beginning. This part says 3 and 5. 3 and 5. Thank you very much. Sijasikia wengi wakiongea bado. Hapa kuna wanafunzi wako na majina, na mlichaguliwa majina mzuri. Kama Esther is a great name in the Bible. Big name. Please talk to me. Linda, talk to me. Maureen, talk to me. Jonathan, thank you very much. 3 and 5. So wameniambia kwamba kuja kwa 3 and 5, chora hizi mapoles paka matwine kwa 3, na kwa 5 chora poles paka matwine, alafu kuja useme namna gani? Ukuje useme, of course itakuwa 3, and then the earliest finish itakuwa 3 plus 2, which is 5. So this is 3 to 5. Nichora namna hiyo, alafu naweka nini? Somebody, naweka H. Sorry for that. Hapa nitakuja niweke H. Hapo nitakuja niweke H namna hiyo. Aya, pata potea. Kutoka hapo, ladies and gentlemen, the next one ni F. F in this case here runs now from where to where? Honestly, F runs from 4 to 6 because of 4 plus 2. F runs from 4 to 6. Uzuri niko na partition ya 6, so ni ya 4, nitachora tu pole ya 4. Nitachora ya 4 pole. Nikuja hapa F, umesema F ni 4 to 6. Uchora namna hiyo ni F. Great. Unaendelea vizuri. Uende kwa D. D, ladies and gentlemen, D, what do we have here for D? For D, what do we have here for D? Pata potea dog. Dog ndio hii hapa. Inaenda 1 to 2. Dog ni 1. So nakuja hapo nachora poles zake paka matwine. Unasema dog ndio hii hapa 1 to 2. Hiyo ni dog. After dog tuko na cow. Cow runs from 0 to 1. Uzuri niko na 0 hapa na 1 ndio hii. So ni kushikanisha tu. Hii ni cow. After that we have A, which runs from 0 to 3. A runs from 0. Fortunately, 3 ndio hii hapa. 3 ndio hii hapa. So 0 to 3. A is 0 to 3. That is A like that. Kutoka hapo, ladies and gentlemen, tuko na CPA activities. Hizi are just CPA activity. Always CPA na cover from the beginning to the end. End is the 9th. End is the 9th. So CPA inaanza from 0, unachora namna hiyo mpaka ya mwisho namna hiyo. Kabla uulize swali uoye, Gantt chart ni very interesting. Kabla uulize swali uoye, angalia hapa. You know your critical activities. Like the first one is boy. Boy is 0 to 3. Boy is 0 to 3. 3 is this one here. So this is boy. From there we have E is 3 to 4. E is 3 to 4. This is E. From there we have F, which is now from F to G. F runs from here, 4. Rather sorry. Not F, but G. G runs from 4 to what here to 9. So this is 4 to 9. So the whole of this is G, like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would want you to try as you can to draw this. And then once you finish, simply tell me F for finish. If you haven't finished, if you haven't understood, also please ask questions. Please ask questions. Please ask questions. Gertrude says, great. Nedi, great. I'm waiting to hear from the other students, Trust you, ladies and gentlemen, I can assure you, and this is something I would want us to bet on. It is something, if you want us to bet on, we can bet on this. This paper, I've taught this paper every semester for 21 years. That means how many people have I seen through the process? 42. QA is not about having gotten an A in high school in mathematics, no. QA is all about your participation in the class. Even in physical classes, you have to be really inside the swimming pool for you to understand. But if you are just there at the periphery, kazi yako ni kushika mawe na kupiga hapo kama hautawahi jua. QA ni about being inside the deep end. Deep end means participation, asking questions. Don't fear anybody. Don't fear anybody. Don't fear anybody. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would want you to do me a favor. Is there somebody who is able to see this manpower? Because, you know, if it's a Gantt chart, like now B, we need how many workers? Number of workers for B, you can see there are 5. So B5, egg, E. How many guys do we need for E? 4. You write there. G, how many guys? 3. Just below there. A, how many guys? 4. C, how many guys? 2. From there we have dog. Dog, how many guys? 7. From there, ladies and gentlemen, we have F. F, how many guys? F, how many guys? How many guys here for F? 2. So for F, we have 2. For F, we have 2. And then we have G. G, how many guys? G already is like that. H, how many guys? 1. Workers, number of workers. I, lastly, 5. Please make sure that you post number of workers in your Gantt chart, because Gantt chart, by definition, we are saying that a Gantt chart is a calendar of events that shows manpower, that shows human resources. So it's calendar means time. I'm able, if I'm given a Gantt chart like this, I'll be able to know D will start from where to, and it needs how many workers? 7. It needs 7 workers. It needs 7 workers. So please draw like that. Draw like that. Draw like that. Is there somebody who has finished? Really? Finished. Thank you very much. Now, so you remember, this Gantt chart that you have does not come in isolation, no. We need what we call a resource profile. Resource profile na Gantt chart ni chanda na pete. Chanda na pete. So inafaa hapa chini unahitaji like half a page chini ya hii. Chini ya hii unahitaji like half a page, alafu unaandika hapa chini resource profile. Unahitaji like a half a page. Hapo chini unaandika resource what here? Resource profile. Mimi sina hiyo nafasi, so I would want, ladies and gentlemen, to just be a little bit creative to see whether it will work, or I delete everything, I start afresh. So unakuja hapa, kama mimi sasa nataka kuchukua hii nafaa kuchora kwenda chini, lakini sababu sina space, I want to project it upwards. So I would want to have here what we call a resource profile, because I don't have space down there. So normally what you do, you take your ruler kwenda chini, una transfer kwanza partitions zote. Una transfer partitions zote kwenda chini, hasa yako kwenda chini zote. Unapiga partitions zako zote, shiode zote. Unapiga partitions yako shiode. Partition yako vizuri zote unapiga kwenda chini. It may not make a lot of sense, but I would want to hear whether there is anybody who has been able to do what I've done to up there, down. Is anybody who has been able to cascade their partitions down? Usinuza nafika wapi, lakini nataka kujua kama kuna mwanafunzi amefanya kitu kama hiyo. Kila partition. Rispa says yes, kila partition. Kama ulikuwa umeishiwa na space, but try to be creative like myself. Rispa pekee ameniambia yes. Wengi kusema kweli no. Wengi no. Oh yeah. Gertrude say yes. It is a must for them to be dotted, yes. Dotted is a must. Thank you very much, Fatima, for asking that question. Dotted lines are what we use. Esther amesema, thank you very much, Esther, for sasa angalia. Hii line ya kwanza, we make ikue bold. Hii. Alafu ifike mahali, uweke an x-axis yake, which is independent. I can even rub some lines there. So yako itakuwa huku chini, Wrap. Great. Now listen to me very well. Now we're going to do a partition analysis. Each partition, one at a time, asking ourselves a simple question. If, for example, you are the one who was in charge of the construction here, in partition number 1, how many workers will you need in total to be able to do the activities that are in partition number 1? First of all, which activities are you seeing happening in partition number 1? Which activities are you seeing happening in partition number 1? Which activities are you seeing happening in partition number 1? I can see 3 of them. Unateremka ama kama ni wewe unapanda paka matuine, unaangalia kwenda juu. Hapa kuna C, kuna A na kuna boy. Hapa. Very interesting. So C needs 2. A, of course, it began from here, needing 4 throughout. So 2 plus 4 plus 5. So for partition number 1, how many workers do I need for partition number 1? For partition number 1, if I'm to request for number of workers, if you're the project manager here, how many workers will you need for partition number 1? Esther tells me 11. I don't know whether it's truthful. Esther tells me that we need a whole 11 people. Becky has confirmed 11. How about the other students? Oh, yeah. Fatima doesn't. It's very easy, Fatima. Look at this. Partition number 1. Just look at this partition from beginning to the end. Which activities are along this partition? You know, activities are like that. So we have C, we have A, we have B, which needs 5. So B needs 5, A needs 4, C needs 2. If you add the 3, you'll be able to get 11. Now, for you to understand it even better, Fatma, Could you kindly try giving us a number of workers we need for the second partition? Just try. Second partition. Unaangalia partition the whole of it paka matwine. Unaangalia partition the whole of it paka matwine. James says 16. Partition number 2. Partition number 2. Fatima says 16. Moses amekataa. Those are the kind of students I need. Ambao wana differ na wengine. Sharon says 16. So patapotea 16, patapotea. Nikiangalia partition vizuri kwenda juu kuna dog 7. Kuna A still which is going on. A is going on, and also B. I can see B there. I can see B there. You know, it's about all, it's like a road. A road. Unapata ile rabobamb. Unagonga grip 7. A grip 4. B inaendelea 5. When you add the 3, how many? 16. How about the third partition? Ni kama gari tu unaendesha kwa hizo partition. Whichever activity you come across, unaichukua. So Nedi says 9, na kwa amesema 4 hapo juu. Sam says 9 for the third. Becky says 9. Angalia Sharon alikuwa amekosea hii round. Sharon, nakuja na gari namna hii, maybe unatembea na kuenda wapi, road trips are very nice. Ukifika hapa Rabobamba, grip 4. Ukiendelea kwenda juu bado kuna kaboy kanaendelea. Kana kaboy usikawaache, kanaendelea kwa hii partition. Na kanahitaji constant how many workers? 5 workers. So are you able to see in total then we need 4 plus 5. In total we need 9 there. In total we need 9 there. In total, we need 9 there. Right. Go to the next partition. The next partition is an interesting one. Chances are you'll not be able. I mean, there are people I've not seen them talking to me. People here with very good names, like my friend Lochuch. Nedi says 5. Usiogope kukosea kwa QA. Hata kama upati uliza swali. Somebody says 6. Colin says 5. This one here. Somebody go back and look at this very well. And please remember that now B has ended. That's why we are putting these things. B has ended. B has ended. Sharon says 5. Sam says 6. Please repeat again. All of you are wrong. Repeat again. For the next partition. For this partition here, partition number 4. 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 Rispa says it's 1 plus 5. 1 plus 4, I mean. Fatima amesema 5. Tabitha umetoa 12. Ama umeruka. Tabitha angalia. Rabobamba. This partition here. 1. Ukienda mbele, hakuna ingine hapo. Paka hapa 4. Great. So it's 1 for H and then 4. So this gives me 5. You're right. How about the fifth partition? The fifth partition wasaidie. Kuna 1, kuna 2 hapo. Na hii next hapa ni 3. Sababu hii ni G, I think. Here juu ni G. G. So then how many for the fifth partition? Fifth partition, how many? Sam says 6. Esther says 6. Gertrude says 6. So 6 is carrying the day. Tuendelee namna hiyo jamani, tuende kwa next one. Next one, somebody, next one, please give me the next one. Next one ingape. Gertrude says 5 because this is a bright lady. Ashajua hapa kuna 3 na hapa kajua kuna 2 na hakuna ingine. Great. How about the next one here? I can see it's only 3, 5. So 8. 8. Thank you, Moses. The last one, I can see 0. The last one is 0. The last one is 0. Is there anybody who is able to see and bear witness with me that the last one is 0? The last one. Is there anybody who is able to see 0 there? Is there anybody who is able to see 0 there? Is there anybody who is able to see 0 there? Is there anybody? The last one, I know the last one is 0. You can't convince me otherwise. I know that the last one is 0. I know that the last one is 0. The last one is 0. I know that the last one is 0. True or false? Crisper 3. Kuna 8 mbili. 8 mbili. Sio umetoa 8 wapi? Doesn't 8 appear twice? Hebu tuangalie hiyo 8 iko aje kwani? Ama kuna partition ambayo niliwacha. Kuna ingine hapa. Hisi ni 3 plus 2. Is there a partition ambayo niliwacha? Is there a partition ambayo niliwacha? Is there a partition between which one and which one? Between 6, 7. Naambua between 6 and 7. Between 6 and 7 there is a partition. But let me ask you a question. Between 6 and 7, then which activity is in between there? Do you have an activity between 6 and 7? Is there an activity between 6 and 7? How did it come? But I was coming from 6 to 8. Was I not moving from 6 to 8? I is from 6 to 8. I don't know how you guys were able to come up with this extra. I would really want to understand. I would really want to understand how you came up with this partition. This partition of 6, 7, this partition of 7. Which activity is ending on week number 7? Is there any really? You could be right. You could be right, but I can't remember any activity. I don't think this partition is supposed to be there. Lady says, I never drew mine well. That mine is a bad one. I don't know. I choose to go with mine. I choose to go with mine and also go with yours. So long as what here, the concept will be the same. After all, 8, 8, the same. Where activities end. Partitions depend on where activities end. Great. So the last one, you can see still G is going on here, which needs how many guys? 3. So 3. So this is supposed to be 3 like that. The dotted lines are not supposed to be for each number. No. They're not supposed to be for each number. No. They're not supposed to be for each number. No. Like now, if it is H, it runs from here to here. I had to put their own. Perhaps I'll repeat again. I'll repeat again. But for now, please allow me to come and put here number of workers. Number of workers there. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the biggest is 16. So I can talk of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, like that. So then nisikizeni, ladies and gentlemen, nisikizeni. Like you can see the first partition, we need 11. So 11 is there. 11 is there. The second partition, we need 16. 16 is here. Second partition. The third partition, we need 9. 9 is here. You put in the third partition 9. The fourth partition 5. So 5 is somewhere here. 5. The sixth one 6. 5. 8. 3. And then now what you do, you will come and join this with 4 lines like that. So I want to know whether there is anybody whose resource profile looks like this. Is there anybody whose resource profile looks like this? Nelly says yes. Finished. Kiama says yes. I have a question. Please ask, Fatma. Please ask. Or would you rather unmute you? Would you rather unmute you so you can ask? Would you rather I unmute you, you ask, so that everybody can hear? So I'm waiting. I know it's quite technical. James is raising something very important. James, even for yourself. Yes, the resource profile will look differently depending on the activity that started. So for example, if it's I, no, it will not be different really. Resource profile can't be different. Because even if you were to have like I up here, still I will take its place. I will take its place. Can't be different really. Great. So if you allow me, I would want to rub this. And then ask whether there is any student who would want me to repeat this concept of a Gantt chart, because that is the end of that great concept. Or if possible, as the brother told us here, we share this video so that later on you guys could get to do what you have to try following. Don't know how you brother. Sharon says yes, please. So sharing is what Sharon is proposing, right? Sharing the video, so that if you're not able to understand, join late, okay? So that if you're not able to understand now the video, yes, it will be much easier. Great. Okay.